Hey everyone, today for maths we need to get a couple of things. We're going to need a maths book and we're going to need a ruler, a graded pencil, and we're also going to need some coloured pencils. Now, we're going to have some fun. So I'd like you to use your whole maths book for this. I'm just going to use a certain part of mine because I want it to be able to fit into my screen. So first thing I do with my ruler, I'm going to make a frame. A frame is around the outside and I'm going to come down here. Now using my grid book is going to be a really handy, useful thing to do. I'm going to come down the bottom and I go up here. Okay, now we're going to have a bit of fun with our maths. Now we've been looking at fractions last week. We're going to keep on going with fractions. I'm going to be making a quilt. Now quilt needs to have nice pictures, nice patterns on it. So I'm going to think of what I could do. Well, the first fraction I think of is I can think of a half. I'm going to do a whole lot of halves here. Look what I do here. I'm going to box this off and here, and I'm going to cross out a half. I'm going to do the same on each corner because I'm making a quilt and I want my quilt to be the best looking quilt in the whole world. I'm going to do it down here. And I'll do one on the top. Okay, I'm really proud of what I'm doing because I'm using my ruler. And I've got to get my diagonal line, so it starts from here to here. Now, you don't have to do this exact design. You can if you want. Some people like to use teachers' ideas because it helps them. I'll just move that back a bit. Okay, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So now I want to get my coloured pencil out. And I'm going to go for this colour here. And I'm going to colour in just this bit here. I'm going to colour in that bit there, there, and there. Cool. I've started to make some fractions. I've got all these halves. Now I can come back in and clean this up later on. I now want to think of another fraction. I'm going to think of, right, this looks right in the middle. So I'm going to come right down here and I'm going to go all the way to the bottom here and all the way to the bottom there. Now I'm going to colour in a quarter of it. Now a quarter means I've got to break it up into 4. So I'm going to get a different colour and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've started to see a bit of a pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and I've got a bit of a problem here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I can do it. Look at that. So I can see I've got halves. I've also now created quarters. And if I want, I could go like this to show each of my quarters. I bet Grandma would love this quilt if I made it for her. Wow, that's cool. Now I'm going to go for another fraction. I'm going to go for 2/3. Now, 2 parts, 3 parts all together. So I'm going to go like here. Oh, I know, I've got a good idea. I'm going to go like this. And you can see my grid lines are really helpful on this bit. And I'm going to go the same here. Exact same spot, but just on the symmetrically other side of it. I'll get a different colour. And I'll go for this one here. And it's only colour in 2/3. Go on this side here, 1/3. 2/3. I'm going to pause it there. I'm going to keep on going with my flag. I'm going to show you my end result. Your task is to make a huge quilt, not flag, I keep on saying flag, a quilt, and you're going to have a whole lot of fractions through it. I wonder, first of all, if you can find when I've finished all the different fractions that I make.